Hey guys, Kev here, and I have a overview to do for you. This is the Valence Knives Nocturne in Lefty configuration. It was sent to me by a buddy on Facebook named Michael. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you sending this in. I did an unboxing of this knife, and I didn't really like it to begin with. And it's grown on me slightly, but I still don't fully understand who it's for. We'll get to that. This is a Lefty knife, but it came in righty as well. It was a pre-order. I believe they were about $550 total. They are CNC made, I believe, here in America. So, you know, that's decent price for that and the materials. You're getting titanium and, oh, damn, what was the blade steel? Pretty sure it's something good. Something good. Pretty sure that it's M390, but I cannot be 100% sure. Damn it, I gotta look this up. Okay, so it's RWL34, so not the best steel in the world. It's basically an equivalent of 154 CM, or no, CPM 154. I always mix those two damn up. One is powdered, one's not. There's kind of a difference there. So I'm pretty sure RWL34 is the non-powdered version. And either way, I for $500, I would want something better on my knife. That's faux show. But even with that aside, I was not thrilled with this knife. Now, as I was saying, I mean, you're getting a very nice CNC'd, 100% American-made. I just checked that as well. 100% American-made knife, which is really cool. And the fact that they support us lefties is important. So regardless of how I ultimately feel about it, I'm glad this knife was made, and I'm glad there's support for lefties out there in another way, right? Which is really cool. So I'm calling this an overview because I've had it for about a week, I think, maybe a little more, and I have not wanted to carry it. I carried it, I think, 1 or 2 times in my back left pocket, or back right pocket, and I don't know, like, it's cool, it's you know, it just has not jived with me very much, so I'll get into that. Aesthetically, when it's closed, it looks kind of ugly. Just this really straight line right here. You have all this going on, sharp edges on the flipper tab, a little bit of detent lash, by the way. These crazy ass thumb studs or blade stops, they're not thumb studs, that tear your thumbs up or tear your finger up when you try to do the front flipper, which just does not work fantastically. Just the ergos on this knife, they just don't work for me. Anyway, when it's open, it ain't that much better, you know? Sadly. And I'm sure this is completely subjective, so some people probably think this is sexy. It's a nice worn cliff. I love a good warnie these days. Has a good edge on it, excuse me, really nice stone washing. But all this up here, just, ugh. I don't know, it just doesn't look good to me. It doesn't speak to me in any way. And then the handle is just odd. I mean, this thing over here, this really tall flat up here into this swell. Let me get into ergos. There's not enough room down here for me, right? Like, I have a large to XL glove size hand. It's not enormous, right? But somebody with a maybe medium or a small hand would prefer this. I can kind of get 4 on there, but the pinky's hanging off onto this thingy. Just doesn't feel fantastic. I don't feel secure, if that makes sense. And then you could choke up to this thing, but that just feels weird because of the gap from here to here, right? It's just, I don't know. It doesn't feel secure really either. I'm sliding on this right here. That jimping is not very jimpy. And yeah, you have a little bit of a ramp, maybe a poon spoon right here, but it just doesn't feel locked in any grip. And, you know, I don't like that, obviously. There's some cool detail work, some micro milling on here. Cool little brass ring or star on the pivot, or gear, I guess. It's kind of cool. You have that ceramic ball in the clip, which is really nice. It's a good touch there. You have this backspacer. It's pretty intricate. So, I mean, if you look at the machining on this thing, it's very well done. Definitely a nice piece. So I get the price, sort of, except for the blade steel. I don't understand why companies like this, why wouldn't you grab 20 CV for this? Or, I mean, at the very least, get some S35VN. RWL34, just very outdated, it seems like, you know? But what do I know, right? So action. Here is the good and the bad, sort of. This flipper tab is very pokey, stabby. It works pretty well, but it kind of hurts, to be honest. And if you sat here and did this all day, it hurts because of two reasons. One, pokey, stabby, chippy. And then when you're flipping it, you're stabbing yourself with this thing in the palm. And it just doesn't feel good. You have a front flipper, which you have to be perfectly, adjusted on the handle to use, or it'll stop. It will be locked up, and then your finger will get shredded by these star-shaped blade stops that are sharp. They are sharp. And I've had it where I had finger on the lock bar, and I could not open this, and my finger just got shredded by that thing. If you get it right, it works decently. You can, I guess, do a thumb flick like that. Not very ideal. You don't get the best grip in there. And then you have the lock bar to contend with again on this side, so not great. Now, the best way to open this is good old reverse flick, and you hear that? There's some kind of like double detent in here. Like, it's not a double detent system like a, one of those weird EWCs or whatever. But there's something going on in here. So normal detent in terms of this, but listen, there's like a click. You hear that? And then when you close it, it's weird. It's like, you hear that? It's like it passes a detent here, and then again here. I don't know. I can't explain it, but it just feels weird. And I've gotten used to the closing. When I unboxed it, I would always get stuck right here. And that really bothered me. But if you go down a little bit on the lock bar, boom, you pass right through it. But it's just like this weird double detent thing going on. I don't really know what the hell's going on. I didn't take it apart. We could try to look in there real quick. I don't know. I see this thing. It almost looks like an adjustable detent. And then there's a detent ball down there. I don't know. It's very strange. I think on their website they explain it. I didn't get a chance to really look into it too much, but it's odd. But this, I will say, is extremely satisfying. That flick out just, when a knife just feels good to flick? Like, I'll explain. F5.5. Just satisfying when you smack it out. Medford, Slim Midi, satisfying when you smack it out. Evo 2.0, pretty satisfying, could be better, honestly. Good old Parrot 3, just satisfying. You get enough resistance on the flick that you get a good amount of pressure build up before it flies out, and then when it kicks out, it just, I don't know, it just feels good, And this has that. It just feels good. So that's the good, that's the good on that, on the action. But that's really it for the good on the action is that. The close is weird. I mean, it's like smooth and everything. It's just a weird double detent. I'm always getting poked by something up here or down here or wherever. I will say this milling feels really good in hand. Like, it gives a good grip. I like the use of that. That's pretty cool. Sounds, like I said, that double click just Definitely good on sounds, guys. It's like a 6 or a 7 on sounds. Really good. Cutting, it's a good cutter, guys. Look at it. It's a freaking Warney. Very well ground. I mean, excellent. I just cut some cardboard, some paper. You know, it does need a new edge, I think. Michael did tell me that it's getting sent in, I think, for a spa treatment / sharpening. So, but it still feels sticky. It's still good. So no issues with the edge. I mean, it's a good grind and all that stuff. So definitely good in that department. Carry was okay. It's a little bit fat, a little bit bulky, has all these sharp corners. So it's just not great. But it's okay. It does the job, you know. It doesn't sit super deep, but it's not like a ton sticking out. Relatively comfortable in the pocket, so not bad there. I think that's everything. Value, you know, $550, guys. It's just not. I don't know. I just wouldn't pay it for RWL 34. You could give me the fanciest handle materials ever. This could have Zirku, whatever, Moku Shmei and Doku Tai and Dickweed's Dye, but like Dickweed's Eye. Sorry, I'm a 2-year-old. But without a good blade steel, I hesitate to say good, but it's 2021, guys. Like, I just think we should be rocking with something more than RWL 34. But that's just me. You know, I could be wrong. Most people might not care, you know. So that's why this is my channel. And hopefully you have your own opinion, you know, and you can tell me about it in the comments. I also don't like knives that don't sit up. I know that's weird, but in the age of Instagram and taking pictures for thumbnails, like, it's hard to take a picture of this knife to, you know, I don't know. That's fine when it's open, but I just like to be able to do this. I can't. That's just kind of a minor nitpick there. Yeah. Can't really think about anything else. Recommendations, it comes in lefty or righty if you can find it. You know, if you like the look of it and you're liking what you see here in terms of action and stuff, sure. It's not bad in any way. It's just not for me, you know. This grip right here is just not for me. This is okay. Like I said, it just feels a little awkward that you're so high up on one finger. But you know, it has a good blade on it. Relatively good action. Very satisfying middle finger flick. I just think your money in this price range could be spent, you know, elsewhere, and you could get a little more for it. Get a lot more for it in terms of steel, but you also might have to get something that's made in China. Although Medfords are in this category, Hinderers are in this category, Chris Reeves are in this category, Striders are in this category. I mean, the list goes on, so you can choose from any of those as well. But I like it, and I like that lefties were appreciated here. That's a big thing. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on Valence, and hopefully they upgrade the steel a little bit, and if they come out with a design that speaks to me personally more, I'm probably going to be all over it, especially if it comes in lefty. So I don't want this to sound too harsh. It's a good knife. It's solid. It's well built. All those things are positives. It's just for me personally, it didn't click at all, if that makes sense. So, yeah, that is the Valence Valence Knives Nocturne in lefty configuration. So I really appreciate you guys stopping by to watch this overview. I didn't go full review because I didn't spend enough time with it. I didn't carry it enough for that, and I don't feel comfortable putting the full review tag on this. So I'm sure somebody else out there has more experience with it and has done that. So definitely something to check out, though. Man, it does feel really good when you just fidget with it like this, for real. Yeah, absolutely love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.